It's Week 18 of the NFL, and EA Sports brings you the game of the week. It's the Titans and the reigning Super Bowl champs. Next on Madden Football.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. Brandon Gunn with my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Titans in this matchup. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Brooklyn. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU. It's Zach Wilson.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. First carry for the former Tar Heel, Michael Carter. And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Now Wilson. They'll set up the screen to Carter. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return, and it'll be Titan football. Here comes the Tennessee offense, and you see Ryan Tannehill leading them out.
We both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball in just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
Now at first down, Henry with a little bit of running room. Nice gain. He'll get about 6 yards there. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. He's going deep for Brown. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So pass interference the call. That's going to set him up with a 1st down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
Throwing again on second down. Tannehill, touchdown. Devin Duvernay with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you sort of notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Adams. An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. They'll run with Carter. Room here to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Rashad Weaver, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Throwing is Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. It's a big play there on 3rd down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Wilson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! David Njoku with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Barons are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive goes 8 plays. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
On first down, Tannehill. Looking sideline, incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. Open man is Duvernay. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Out of the gun, Tannehill. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Tannehill now to throw. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Uses the stiff arm. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
first down carry for Henry. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Quinton Williams busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans. He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and they get to him again. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
We've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Wilson uncorks one for Davis. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Carl Lawson. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. He finds Corey Davis. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 37 yards.
When they needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Second quarter now, it's Brooklyn in possession. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On second down now, it's Carter. And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now it's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Carter. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will knot us up at 10. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we can see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
To throw again on second down. Tannehill. That's taken in by Duvernay. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. The Titans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Tannehill. He completes it to Henry. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing again is Tannehill. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. This will go to Henry out wide. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that were happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On second down, it's Carter. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And this offense on third down today, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Wilson. A throw to the flat for Carter. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Harold Landry just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson under pressure again, and down he goes again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. He'll drop this underneath to Carter. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tennessee offense set to go again. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
7 yards, the pickup there.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Back to throw, Tannehill. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2. Just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands. And yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
On 1st down, it's Henry. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Tannehill. Stiff-armed him.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Here we go.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Right back to Duvernay. That's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. Now Tannehill. And he's got it.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Henry. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Henry again. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Titans are going to take the lead. They were able to stop him at the line on first down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination. And they got it done on the second try.
Elliott now to add the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Carter. Gets around him. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Wilson to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Davis. Remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again is Wilson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And that's incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know that makes some adjustments.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Tannehill on 1st down. Got a man, it's Brown. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. To the air again, Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away.
This will be fielded at the 17. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now it's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
2nd down at 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Wilson. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Wilson will throw again. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And as they approach halftime, it's the football team who have the lead in that one. Jimmy Garoppolo leading the way there. We'll stay in the NFC South. We head to Carolina to check on the Panthers. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. Saquon Barkley, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie, see what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. Baker Mayfield with a touchdown pass. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Titans. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, on the other side, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Brings up second and 5 at the 19-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Tannehill, quick completion here to Johnson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll try the right side with Henry. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Tannehill. Pressure comes and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the scrambler or the dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So third and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans. They'll set up to throw. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there and take the hit and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Start the drive, has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Here's a give to Carter. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5. Here's Wilson. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Harold Landry picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Here's Wilson. Throw right side complete to Carter.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
And they'll send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here comes Ryan Tannehill now, leading his offense back out there. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Off play action, Tannehill. He's going to float this one deep right side. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On now is the Titans punter as he's on to kick it away. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Now Carter to start the drive. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
They'll go again with Carter. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 45 yards rushing for him now as he's running 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 1st down, Wilson. This is the tight end, Njoku. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver. For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, right back to Carter. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Wilson. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Wilson going to give to Carter on the draw. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
That's what he's done here in this one so far. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Tannehill. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Dig in. Let's go. They'll run on first down. Henry, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A handoff, running left, Henry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Henry again on 2nd down. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Off the option, here's Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On now is the Titans punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game starts to open up as the game moves on. It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw is Wilson. This one caught by Davis. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. On 2nd down now, it's Carter. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Elijah Molden. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field on an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Elliott on for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
Let's go. Do it.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. They'll start on the ground. Carter. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Wilson. He'll get this one complete to Davis. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had a lot of chances but not much success, converting only 3 times. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 66 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win. Check, check.
Now Wilson on first down. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
A handoff for Carter.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Wilson.
A throw to the flat for Carter.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Wilson. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Titans are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Tannehill. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On 1st down, it's Henry. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Tannehill's throws on target to Duvernay.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Tannehill on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On second down, it's Henry, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Back to throw, Tannehill. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. Under pressure, and down he goes. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. With his guys trailing here in the fourth, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Carter once more, and he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So that one will be accepted. Now Wilson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline, and this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
16.
Now it's Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Second down and goal. Wilson. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Barons have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So they get the score still down, but bottom line is they kept themselves in the game.
They did keep hope alive, Brandon. That's exactly what they did. Now they've got to deliver and finish things off.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. They're going to keep it on the ground, but he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. This taken in at the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. That's taken in by Duvernay. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Second and inches at the 22-yard line.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And down he'll go at the 25. This is Henry. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's second and 7 now from the 28. Here's Tannehill. Man open left side is Brown. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this is going to be a Titans first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Again to Henry. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Running from the gun with Henry. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
They picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Let's go.
The Titans go victory formation down to a knee. Tannehill to a knee, and that ought to be the final act of this ball game. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
Oh, I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating, even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground, but both really started to come in sync. So for Tennessee, a victory in Week 18 gives them a final mark of 13 up and 4 down. And now they'll await the